What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new story time. I haven't done a story time in quite some time now, but I'm here. You feel what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm definitely here, honey. I'm here. But we're gonna talk for a good, like 30 some odd minutes or something like that. That's what we're gonna do. But we're basically here to like celebrate my 1 year anniversary of being an ATLien. I don't really know if I'm really an ATLien. I think that ATLien is pretty much people that were born and raised in Atlanta, and we all know that I'm a Mississippian at heart because that's where I'm from. That's where I was born. That's where I was raised. That's where I spent most of my life at. I've only been in Atlanta for a year, so I don't know if I could be classified as an ATLien, but I'm gonna classify myself as that because I am from it. I'm not from, but I do live in Atlanta. I've been living here for over a year now, so I can say that I live in Atlanta, or I'm an ATLien. I guess I can say that. I don't know, but yeah, y'all. But I just want to start off by saying that this weekend has been the one eventful weekend. I did not realize that this was Labor Day weekend, and that the days and the months and the weeks and everything else under the sun goes by so fast. I never realized that I moved to Atlanta um during Labor Day weekend. I never realized that, but I had to think about it. I moved to Atlanta on August the 31st. The very next day was September the 1st. My ass was going to work for the first day, and after work, Jamar and I went to Pride in Piedmont Park. So it was just like everything. So that's pretty much how this particular weekend went. Like I was hanging out with all of my people. It was me, Jamar, and Dario, Tramel, Carl, the usuals. We were all out in the streets Friday, Saturday, and today. I called in yesterday morning because I was way too drunk, didn't get home until 4 a.m., had to be at work at 6 a.m., so I already knew I wasn't gonna make it. Then today I come to work and I was hungover as shit. And then after that I came home because we had to meet up at Piedmont Park for Pride. And I was gonna come home, lay down for like 30 minutes, get up, take a shower, put on something. Like, this is what I wore to the park. Like, I didn't even try to be out extravagant. I kept it real, simple. White tee, some black shorts, and this hat. I just kept it real simple. But however, came home, fell asleep in that bed for about an hour, got up, took a shower, washed my face, brushed my teeth, did all that, washed my hair, called an Uber to Piedmont Park and met up with everybody else. And then, I was actually I might be somewhere in a scene somewhere on one of these reality shows that's filming, because my show I haven't filmed my show since last week, so that was the last time I filmed. But yeah, I got a whole lot to film. This month is the month that we wrap up filming from my show, and then Saturday we do like the cast photo. At least some of us will be doing the cast photo. Not everybody can make it to the shoot Saturday, but I'll be at the shoot. I got my suit, got my shoes and everything for this whole suit. So for the shoot. So yes, we wrapping up filming later this month. So I can't wait for you guys to see everything. But yeah, so that was my weekend. So let me just tell you guys, let me just recap this entire year that I've been in Atlanta. Okay, let's get into it. Now, in April of 2023, I said, I want to leave Mississippi. I'm tired of Mississippi. I'm not happy in Mississippi. I need to get away. I have way too much stuff going on in my life, financially, finances, personally, emotionally, mentally. My life is at a standstill here in Mississippi. And I feel like I cannot do the things that I want to do being here in Mississippi. I just felt like because I used to, like I always say, I used to be the person that constantly said I would never leave Mississippi. I'm a country boy at heart. I never leave Mississippi. Never ever leave Mississippi. Mississippi is my everything. That's my home. Mississippi is what made me who I am. But as time went on, and as time went on, I started to feel stuck here. Like, sometimes when you're in a place for a long period of time and you're not really elevating there, it just kind of feels as though I'm not supposed to be here anymore. Like I started feeling like that in 2021. That's when a lot of the family issues started happening in 2021. And I started to feel it. And I remember when Jamar first moved here to Atlanta in 2021, I started visiting a lot. It went from me coming to Atlanta just to, for Jamar telling me, just come to Atlanta, get your mind off stuff. We're going to hang out. And it went from that to me constantly coming to ATL, like constantly coming to Atlanta. And it went from me visiting Atlanta to me coming here like 3, 4, 5 times out of the year. If I wasn't in Atlanta, I was in Houston all the time. I was barely at home. Everybody from Jamar to Andario to Carl to Tramiel to DJ, everybody kept saying, you need to leave Atlanta. I mean, you need to leave Mississippi. You need to move to Atlanta. You need to move to Atlanta. You need to move to Atlanta. Even people back home was telling me, you would do so much better if you was in Atlanta. Right? Right. I will admit that I was afraid. I was scared to take that leap. I was scared to move on. I was scared to move forward because this was something new. I've been at home all my life. And when I say I've been at home, it's always been me, my brother, my mama, my sister. We all lived in the same house forever. I was still living at home with my mom up until the age of 35, which was last year. So I've been at home for 35 years. And people will always have something to say. Oh my God, you're in your 30s and you're still at home. Some people wish they could be at home in their 30s. Sometimes I wish I could pack my shit up and go back home so I won't have to pay so many bills. And go the fuck back home and save some money. But I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Because I'm here for a reason. So I'm not gonna do that. But it was always me. My sister bought herself a home. She moved out of my mom's house and she moved to like Brandon, Mississippi, which was like 30 minutes away from my hometown. And so she moved, and then it was just me and my brother. And y'all know how close my relationship is with my youngest brother. He literally just turned 25 this year. In June, he turned 25. And that was one of the things that I was worried about, is leaving him and doing all of that. I didn't want to leave him. So that was one of my biggest things. But after I had a conversation with my brother like weeks before I left, he gave me so much love and told me that you have made a lot of decisions based on us, but now you need to make a decision for you. So that's what I did. And on August the 31st, I left and never looked back. Now, I've been back home a few times since I've been gone, but I don't have any desires to go back forever, like to stay again. Like, I don't have any desire. I don't ever want to live there again, but I will always represent where I'm from. I might be living in ATL, but I'm definitely a Mississippi boy forever. So that's going to always go through my bloodstreams, is Mississippi. Always. Like nothing, like always. So I moved here, and within the first 2 days that I was here, a web reality show hit me up asking me to film, right? As you all know, I have been anti web reality for the longest. I always would say I never do a reality show. I never do a reality show. I would never do a reality show. But one of my dear friends was on this show, and they asked, they asked me to, their production team asked me to come and film a scene with him. And I was like, okay, cool. So the more I talked to the guy on the phone, he was so intrigued with my personality just over the phone that he was willing to have me come back and not just shoot one scene, but then turn it to two. And then he was like, well, if you want to just film as a friend of, you can. However, it happened, but it didn't happen. At that time, it didn't happen. And then I was under the impression that this show was now no longer coming back. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But it was like something else. So I had a conversation with Dominique from Chasing Atlanta within the same week, and I was saying that this particular show, was asking for my presence. Like they wanted me to come in and shoot 2 scenes, and then after those 2 scenes, they wanted me to come film as not as a cast member, like a friend of the show. Whatever. Dominique was like, oh no, no, no. If you want to be on a web reality show, you need to be on Chasing. And I was like, I don't know if I should do Chasing. Like, I'm not really sure about Chasing. And so he was like, no, I think you should do Chasing. So I kept it in the back of my mind. But at the time, no one knew if Chasing Atlanta was coming back or not. In addition to me getting that, I was dating Bando at the time when I first moved here. We was dating then. And we were having so much fun. We was having so much fun. It was crazy. And then I got nominated for another award or something like that. I got nominated for another Boss Babe award and things like that. And then one night I was on doing a live one night, and I was just talking about how much I really, really want to put my books out and stuff like that. And when when it came down to it, you feel what I'm saying? The person that's publishing my book, I didn't know that she watched me. And she hit me up on Twitter and she gave me her information, and she said that she was basically saying that you can come to me, and we can really talk about, we can sit down and have a conversation about you putting your book out and stuff like that. So I did not hear her up right then because of the fact that that I was afraid. You know what I mean? I was afraid to go about it because like this is something that you know that I really wanted, but I really wasn't sure at that time. You know what I mean? Like I knew this was something that I wanted to do, but I was just afraid to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So I think I remember telling Bando about this, and he was telling me, "Man, I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead and do that. Like this is something you really want to do. Go ahead and do that." So then, um, that's when I put out my vlog when we were all talking when I did my vlog documenting my move to Atlanta and stuff. I put that out in December. And then not only was that going on, but I was hanging out with my peoples. I was doing this, like I was just having so much fun and all that. And then in the midst of that, Bando was going through a lot of stuff at that time. So with him going through stuff, us dating, um, that had to come to a close. However, although Bando and I are no longer dating, and we haven't been dating since December, but although we're not dating anymore, that's still my dog. So y'all have seen us on photos together hanging out. You done seen us on videos together hanging out. He came to my birthday dinner and shit. And when he came to my birthday dinner, we wasn't dating then. We were just friends. So Bando is still my bestie. You know what I mean? Like, although we're no longer dating, we haven't been dating in quite a long time, since December, but that's my bestie. So we have a great relationship. As a matter of fact, we just spoke earlier today. We just spoke earlier today. Like, we still are cool. We still are friends. We're still very supportive of the other. It's just that, we may be better as homies. He may be better as the homie. He just might be. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know why people be so surprised when they hear it, but like we wasn't officially in a relationship yet, but we were trying to get there. But it wasn't the time, and that's okay. But we're still in a great place, and that's all that really matters to me. That's the one thing that I wanted, was for us to remain in a good place, regardless of whether we were dating or not. I want us to be in a great place, and we've been in a great place ever since. Now, I did have to have a moment where I had to, like, be a little distant, not talk to him as much. You know what I mean? Because I knew what I wanted, but you know what I mean. I had to respect where he was at. So I had to take a moment, maybe like a month or two, to kind of back up a little bit. And then, then we got back and we had this conversation, and then we got to be really really good friends. So Bando is the homie, and that's all that really matters. So but I will say that it was hard having someone dating someone and everybody knew that you were dating them. Like, it was a public thing within the web reality world. Everybody was talking about it, everybody kept asking questions about the shit. So it was hard. And I've always said that the next man that I date, y'all probably will not know who it is, because I don't believe that I need to be dating anybody publicly anymore. I'm not really sure if I need to, because that was a lot. Like, Bando really didn't care about what people had to say, but I cared a lot about what people had to say. It was really bothering me, some of the things that people would say about him, and the things that people would say about our relationship at that time. It was bothering me. But I will say that he was definitely one of those bright moments with me moving to Atlanta. So he was one of the people that was pushing me. He was one of the people that was giving me advice, and all of that other good stuff. So shout out to Bando Kane. That is the big dog. That is the big homie. That is my bestie for the restie. Okay. And that's all that matters. So after that, we got into the new year. I reached out to the publisher, and we started working on a book, and I sent her my book and stuff like that. And so I said that this year gotta be a year of a lot of things. I'm in Atlanta. I said I got it. I'm here for a reason, and that's that, right? Right. And I am here for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. So we get into the year of 2020 2025. Ain't this the year 2025? Yes, 2025. And I started with the publishing, and then I got approached to do another a web reality show, which is the show that I'm on now. It's a brand new show built from scratch, and they asked me to be a part of it. Now, as you all know, I did try out for Chasing Atlanta, but I didn't make it. But then after that, after I didn't make it, that's when this show came about. So they asked me to do this show. And at first I was apprehensive about doing it. And y'all will know why I was once it comes out, because I can't really talk a lot about it. I can only give you little details, just small things, but I can't really talk about it up until like we reveal who's on the cast photo, all that other good jazz. You feel what I'm saying? So we can't really reveal too much, but y'all will know why I was apprehensive once the show comes out. But I was very apprehensive about it at first. But after they talked to me and they was like, this is a new show, and then I had to take my personal out of it and think about it from a business standpoint. And I was like, you know what? I get what they're trying to do. So let's get it popping. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get it popping. So after we did that, I signed up for it. We didn't start filming until May. So me and Josiah came up with this idea to do a podcast together called the Bestie Chat Podcast, which we're still working on. We wanted to put it out this year, but we may have to push it back just a little bit. Okay. So then not only was that stuff going on within the year of me being here, but I went to the Candy Cares event. I hung out with Candy and Moneta. Me and Jamie, that's me, did. We hung out with them. Then, I went to Sweet Tea's birthday party. I was invited personally to her birthday party, had a great time, showed my ass there and all of that, right? So I can say that with me being in Atlanta, everything has been fine. Every experience isn't perfect, but at the same time, it's still a great thing. Like, I have done a whole lot this year, more than I ever did back home. And sometimes I have my moments where I cannot believe that I'm here, and sometimes I just want to go home and lay up under my mama because it's sometimes it's very hard knowing that I'm not at home with her a lot. So I call my mom every damn day. Except for the days when I'm off, because when I'm off work, I really don't want to talk to nobody. But I try to call my mom every day. She may like if I don't call her on the days that I'm off, she hears from me via text. But I talk to my mom every day. I talk to my brother almost every day. Um, of course, like when it come down to my friends, of course, I'm with Jamar all the time, Carl and Tramiel all the time, DJ all the time, Bando most of the time, JT most of the time. I'm with these people all the time, and it's been great. Like everything has been good for me. Um, and I love being here. I've been embraced very much. Everybody has embraced me. Everybody's glad that I'm here. Everybody loves me here. I meet subscribers like every day. As a matter of fact, today at Pride, I had just gotten out of my Uber and I was looking for Jamar and them. And I was walking and this guy looked at me and he kind of noticed me from, I guess, from YouTube. He was like, I want a picture with you. And I was like, okay, cool, let's take a picture. So I took a picture with him. He said, thank you so much. And I was like, no problem, no problem. So he wanted the picture. I gave it to him. Then I don't know who that was performing. I don't know if it was Saucy Santana performing, but this other guy walked up to me and I didn't know who he was, but he just walked up to me and said, hey, Scotty, I don't want to sound weird, but I watch you on YouTube and I just had to come over here and speak. And I was like, you good. Come on. I gave him a hug, all this other stuff. Even when I was at this Friday when we went to Cameron's Airbnb for a pregame, it was a guy up in there and I was checking him out because I thought he looked good, you know what I mean? But I wasn't finna talk to him or nothing like that. I just was admiring him. And next thing you know, he said, I just want to let you know that I listen to you every morning when I go to work. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, it'd be so crazy every time somebody say that. I see people at my job all the time that watch me on YouTube. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I could be at Walmart and I'll run into somebody that knows me from YouTube. Like, I'm everywhere and people notice me here in Atlanta. So it is an amazing feeling to be here. And I feel like this was the best move for me. And I can only hope for more success and more things. Like I've accomplished a whole lot over this last year and it's amazing. Like this book is getting ready to come out in a couple of weeks. This show is coming out in about 2 months. Me and Josiah's podcast is coming out in a little while. Like we got a whole lot of stuff going on and it's so hard trying to like juggle everything from my 9 to 5 to this to the book to the show. Let me tell y'all, it's been a lot. Like I've been on the ground running since May because it's like a lot of things have happened right within the same amount of time. And since May, I've been filming this show, and I'm gonna tell y'all, it's been so time consuming. Like I never realized how much filming a show could be so time consuming. Like there'll be days where I have to get off of work and then come home, change, get an Uber, go into the city so I can go film. It's a lot, but this is what I wanted though. You feel what I'm saying? Like I've always wanted to do these things that I'm doing. So this will only help me in the long run. This will only help me in the long run. And that's all that really matters. So it's like, you know, let me look at I know y'all send me super chats and I'm gonna read them in just a second, but let me look at this. Do you get homesick when you call your mama? My mama had to move away to take care of my nana who has dementia and I be tripping badly and missing my mama. Yes, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna tell you just like this. When I first left, I remember sitting outside and I was looking at my phone and I was like, I think it was something about Days of Our Lives or something. And I ran back in the house to ran back in the house to show it to my mama. But the person that was in the house wasn't my mama. The person that was in the house was Jamar. So I was just like, oh shit. Jamar was like, what's wrong with you? I said, bitch, I thought you was my mama. Like, so it was kind of like, so that's how it was like when I first got here. Like I was sitting up here thinking, running in the house to show my mama something, but she wasn't here. Like it, or I remember being at the grocery store and I was shopping for some stuff and I saw this little 6-pack of Clearly Canadian, and my mother loves Clearly Canadian. And I said, I need to take these home to my mama. And then I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, like I've had my moments where I had to sit back and, constantly think about that and just, be like, yeah, my mama ain't here. I gotta, so I try to go back and visit as much as possible, but I know it's an in and out situation. I've been back home a couple of times since I've been gone. Because when I moved here last August, I went back home in October for homecoming. Then I went back home to vote a couple of weeks later in November because I wasn't registered here to vote yet. So I took a flight on the Monday to go home and vote. And on Tuesday I voted and was back out here to Atlanta. Let me see. I came back home in January for a dental appointment. And I was like, I'm not going to keep on doing this dental, going to Mississippi for a dental appointment. I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm going to have to find me a dentist here, which I did do. I came back for Mother's Day. And then I'm coming back in October for homecoming again because I can't miss homecoming. That's a big part of my life in Mississippi. I can't ever miss homecoming. I don't give a fuck how far I am. I don't give a damn if I was in fucking Seattle. I'm not missing homecoming, okay? So that's just the basis of that. So, I think it's a healthy thing. Like I can go home a couple of times and, or whatever. But, sometimes when I think the last time I came home, that was the only time I almost cried when I left. Because I came back for Mother's Day and my mother started crying when I was getting ready to get on the Uber to go to the airport. She started crying. But my mother always cried when I leave. Whenever I come back to visit or something, she cries every time I leave. But this was the one time that I almost shed a tear because I had so much fun with her for Mother's Day, her and my brother and stuff like that. So, it was cool. It was amazing. I also want to say that being here has helped me out a lot mentally. I feel like a lot of things that constantly was on my chest and on my back is no longer on my chest and on my back anymore. And I just feel like now I'm in a better place mentally. And I think that everything is working out for me. And the last year I lived in Mississippi, I was crazy as shit. I was losing my mind. I was suicidal. When I say the last year, I mean my last full year in Mississippi. My last full year in Mississippi was 2023. I only stayed in Mississippi for 8 months in 2014. So my last full year in Mississippi, I was crazy as shit. Like straight up crazy as shit. Like for real. I was, like I said, going through, like I was suicidal, very depressed. There were days where I couldn't get out the bed. There were days where, like, one day I had to call into work one day. I was just that depressed. Like I couldn't get up. I was just lay there all day. It was just bad during that time. I just wasn't happy. And regardless of what our relationship is now, when I started talking to Bando, that's when I started to smile again and all that other stuff. It gave me another reason to smile back then. And as you know, when I was dating Bando, my smile was on 10 all the time when I was talking to him. Okay. So it was like, I was just like, it was a lot that last full year. I lost so many people that year and all that. But I will say that leaving Mississippi was a good thing. Leaving behind like the family drama that I was going through before I left that back there. I don't have to see them people like that no more. And I have a choice on whether or not I can be around them or not. It's just some things I'm beginning to grow from. I even stated that I was gonna go and see like a therapist because like while I'm healed from certain things, I still got a lot of work to still do. Like I still got some work to do regardless of the fact. So ain't nobody perfect, but I just want to make sure I'm all the way good, like mentally, all the way good. You know, um, that's why I bring up my experiences a lot um during my videos sometimes because I feel like when people bring up their experiences on their videos, it helps me if I can relate. So I always feel like people can relate to me on certain things when I bring them up. But although that has become bothersome for people, I'm choosing not to bring them up so much. But in some instances, I feel like I have to. I can't just go through a review talking about a show and something just relates to me and then I can't say nothing about it. Like that's ridiculous. I can't do that. So it is what it is. You know, um I'm just grateful for like everything that has come my way. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for everybody that watches me still being here after all this time. In October is going to make 15 years of me being on YouTube. 15 years of me being here. Never thought that I would be here this long. Never thought that I would win 3 awards for my work. I won 3 motherfucking awards for this channel. You feel what I'm saying? And got so many articles written about me. Um, I was in a Mississippi Free Press because of this channel. Carlos King knows me because of this channel. Candy, Sweet Tea, all these different people, they know me because of this channel. It's just I think that I'm in probably the happiest space that I've ever been in my whole life. And I don't allow a lot of things to get me down. Like you're gonna see you're gonna see my ups and my downs when you see this reality show. It's a lot of ups more so than downs. Like I talk about a lot of personal things on this show. Like I bear it all, regardless of the mess and the drama that I'm in. I still give you guys real moments. Like I cannot wait until I'm able to talk about this show more. Now, I saw somebody in the comments who said something. Let me go back and get that comment and put it on the screen because I want to address that. There goes. I can't wait to watch it. I hope y'all do a panel. Well, there will be a panel, but I'm not going to be on it. T and JoJo are doing a panel on our show. It's going to be T, JoJo, Nikki, and Rakisha. The 4 of them are going to do a panel. And it's probably going to be on T's channel or JoJo's channel. I don't think they made up their mind yet, but they're definitely going to do a panel. I'm not going to do a panel on the show that I'm on. I'm not doing it. But they are, so yeah. It's a whole lot. Even with my book, like it's up for pre-order now, and the pre-orders are pre-ordering. Y'all are really supporting that damn book. Y'all are supporting that book, like for real, and I appreciate it. Like y'all are pre-ordering that book. I can only imagine how it's going to be when it's officially released. I can only imagine how it's going to be when it's officially released. But I just want to say that will you do some let me see. Will you do some interviews? I didn't want to. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to, but I am. For there's one lady that reached out to me to do an interview. I gotta hit her back. That's one person. But I think she just want to talk about my book. I don't know if she wants to talk about me doing web reality. I'm not sure, but I gotta hit her back. I'm gonna hit her back tomorrow. Harbiana and we spoke yesterday when we were hanging out, and he told me that he wants to do an interview with me. And I think it's gonna be in person. He already knows what he wanna ask me and all this other shit. So that's 2 interviews right there. Um so those are 2 interviews that I'll be doing. We're gonna see about anything else, but we're definitely gonna do excuse me, we definitely have a lot of interviews that they're trying to push us to do as far as to promote this show. So we're going to be within the, like the web reality sector, doing interviews and stuff like that. And hopefully, because you guys support me, you'll go over and watch these interviews no matter what on these platforms that I'm on. Like when I share them, just watch them just to support me, child. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, there'll be interviews and stuff. I just can't wait for y'all to see the show. I can't wait for y'all to see who's on the cast, because some of these people some of these people so I can't wait for y'all to see them. Let me see what else is going on. I was just talking to someone, like a producer, Friday night, and we kind of got into a conversation about me like turning my book into like a web series drama or something like that, which is something that I would love to do. But we got to sit down and talk more about it, though. We'll talk more about that. But we have that definitely came across my mind. What else do I want to say? But I'm just glad that I took the leap, and I'm glad that I stepped out on faith, and I did what I wanted to do. I'm glad that I did that. I think that's probably the best decision that I could have made by being here in Atlanta. You feel what I'm saying? Like for real. Like I have seen some of my best moments here. And trust and believe me, it gets rough sometimes now. I've had my moments where it got rough. Like I had to stop doing some things that I used to do back home because I had to realize this is Atlanta and it's not Mississippi. Because listen, back in Mississippi, I could get some DoorDash for like $15. But here, good 20, 25, sometimes $30 for DoorDash. Like it's a different place now. It's a different place, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I love living on the south side of Atlanta. I might move into the city. I'm thinking about what my next move gonna be. I might move into the city. I don't know, but I actually like it on the south side. A lot of people don't like to come out here too much though, because they be like, "Oh, you stay far away from everything." Baby, it's not that damn far. I love staying out here. Like when I say the south side of Atlanta, it's like, like the areas like College Park, East Point, Hapeville, South Fulton, Union City, Tyrone, McDonough, all that shit is the south side. Jonesboro, all that shit is the south side. So I personally like the south side. I love me. I was just in East Point earlier getting some Church's chicken. So I love it out here. But I just want to thank you guys for supporting me with everything, like this move, with my content, with the things I'm doing outside of YouTube. Like, thank you guys for everything. And I also want to thank y'all for supporting my friends too. And I gotta put the spotlight on them. Like y'all really do support. Like y'all know that Jamar been my friend the longest, so y'all know that. Y'all already know what it is with me and Jamar. We've been at this shit for most of our YouTube career, so y'all know that me and Jamar been here. We've been like right here, and we're gonna forever be right here. So that's a no-brainer. But when I say my friends, my other friends like Carl, y'all be supporting him. Tramiel, y'all be supporting him. Jeremy, y'all be supporting him. I'll even say Bando, y'all support him too. Like y'all support my friends. And all I really want is just the same love that y'all give me. I would love to see my friends, get that same love too. So I appreciate that for real. Like I love it. I love that you guys support most of the people that's in my life. Um, I'm gonna share the link in just a second, JB. Thank you for reminding me. But that they are good people, and they have some future endeavors this year coming up as well that y'all need to be on the lookout for too. So support them just like you support me. My moderators. I see some of y'all in here. Janika, Too Feisty, Michelle's daughter, who has been a moderator since the very beginning. Let me see. Norris, Harold, Payne, Cherise, Ebony M. Who else? Who else? It's a lot of y'all too. Catherine, um, Aaliyah, Brittany. It's a lot of y'all, child. I'll be up here all day, trying to shout all my moderators out. But I really do appreciate all of the love, all of the support that you guys be giving me. Y'all really help this channel a lot. Y'all really be putting in work a lot with this channel. Y'all do y'all job with this moderator stuff, and y'all we have a whole moderation family. Okay, that's what we got. So I really appreciate everybody that really be rocking with me for real. We're now in year 1 of me being in ATL. We're in year 1. And y'all are gonna see a lot of what I was dealing with in year 1 on this show. It's gonna be 8 episodes of the Scotty Show. JB as well. JB and I became unexpected friends. I never really knew that we were going to be friends, but we became friends, and he's very supportive. And JB has seen me in states that most people wouldn't see me in. He's seen me be frustrated and break down into tears out of frustration and anger before he actually saw it in person. That's a part of me that I don't like for people to see. I don't like for people to know that I cry. I don't like for people to know none of that. But he's seen it. And whenever you see that part of me, that means you're really friends with me, because I don't show that to hardly anybody. I don't really like to cry. But that particular day, I had to let it out because I was so upset that day. But he's become a really good friend of mine. So shout out to JB. But I think that's all I really got for this. We're just stay on the lookout for everything that I got going on and everything that I have coming up. Now, as we get ready to close, because JB brought this up, if you want to pre-order my book, you can go ahead. I'm putting the link in the chat now. When you pre-order this book, we definitely pre-ordering this book is basically you pre-ordering this, and I send you the book it's like a signed copy of it. It's me basically signing my name, and basically autographed copy of the book, basically. So that's what this pre-order is about. Like I said, the pre-orders have been pre-ordering. Y'all have been doing y'all thing with the pre-orders. I will say that. Hopefully you guys do the thing when it comes out officially on Amazon and Kindle Books. We're really hoping for a top 80. We're hoping to get into at least the top 80 on Amazon and stuff like that. I'm really hoping that we do, because if we do get into the top 80, that would be great for me, because this is new. I'm an independent author now, so it's new. So hopefully we get there, but we'll see. So that's the link in the chat for the pre-orders. Okay, I can't wait to send you guys these books. I know it's gonna be hectic as fuck because I got to send them out on my own, but it is what it is. Are you putting it on Kindle? Yes, it's gonna be on Kindle as well. So it's gonna be on Amazon and Kindle. So be on the lookout for it, y'all. So yeah, so that's about it. Like I said, the link is right there, and I'm out of here, y'all. Like I said before, I can't wait for you guys to read this book. I can't wait for you guys to watch this show that's coming out with me on it. I can't wait for you guys to get into this podcast that me and JoJo got coming up. I just can't wait for all of the things that we all individually have going on and all the things that I got going on, because it's not going to stop just here. Yes, it's been a great first year in Atlanta, but we still got other stuff to do, honey. We still got shit to do. Okay. My book comes out officially on September the 23rd. Be on the lookout for it. Pre-orders are available right now, so go ahead and pre-order your book if you want to. If you want to wait, if you want to wait till the 23rd when it actually comes out, you can. But as I said before, the pre-orders are the signed copies. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. I will be updating you on shipments and shit like that, because I got to do all that on my own. And I'm not going to rest until you guys get your shit. Okay, because I'm not that type of person. Okay. But with that being said, y'all, I am out of here. This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. Make sure, once again, to pick up my book on September the 23rd. All right. And with that being said, your boy's up out of here. And I will see you guys sometime tomorrow. Peace. Bye.
Cause I know what I want. I guess I could pray to the man up above. Start a new path with unconditional love. I can build a new life out of this mess. Moving on to a place free from the stress. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. Lost all the love that I found in you, baby. All of my life, and you know it hit the worst when it starts with the night. I'm the type of nigga shit that can speak for itself. See, I'm a bad little nigga with his heart as well. Say it best from the heart, so it beating is felt. Just a sense to see you smile, so more body can melt. With the cause is dealt, nigga, I was just wishing. Can I be the only bad bitch that you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hit like? Can I be the only bad bitch you hitting like?